I wanted to have a system in place that I would not have to wait on support from outside sources, that I could become financially independent as well as retain my freedom. And FreedomSoft has offered that opportunity, and I feel so blessed.
You know that the results that you're getting are going to make you successful. And this just puts it together so that you are going to be successful.
It's completely worth it, especially whether you're a full-time investor or a part-time investor. This will really cut a lot of your time out and make it a lot easier for you to get to your end result a lot faster.
Well, the system itself is just phenomenal. I've been wholesaling for a number of years. This has really streamlined my business. If you don't have it, you need to get it. It's awesome.
FreedomSoft's going to allow you to bring everything together and do it all in one place. I have already done deals through using this software, and it's just flawless. I believe in it. I'm telling you, this software is going to make you more money. It's going to make people like you better. And you know why? Because you're more organized. You've got your crap together.
FreedomSoft really, I guess, pushed me to the next level. It got me out of my comfort zone. Let's see, 2 deals. One wholesale deal with $13,000 in profit. Also picked up my first rental property, which is cash flowing me $600 a month, which is pretty amazing. And I owe it to FreedomSoft.
And I'm thankful for this FreedomSoft program because it gets me one step closer to my goal of walking away and living a remote life doing virtual wholesale from anywhere out there.
Everything I need in one small software. If you don't have it, you need to get it.
Everything in one package that you don't have to keep flipping to other sites. I mean, just all together, it's like a one-stop shop. If you're a beginner, seasoned investor, any level, it's going to help you no matter what. It's going to streamline anything you do in real estate, wholesale, short sales, or just any facet. You know, it's going to help you just pretty much get on the rocket ship and just take off, you know.
FreedomSoft made it possible. God bless them.
This is life-changing. If you can't do this, I don't know, jump off a cliff or something.
It's the information that you need to take your business to the next level.
An overall system that plugs so many different things and aspects of my business into one software that can do almost everything that I need to do.
I had my doubts, but do it. Do it now. Do it.
It's allowed me to grow my business in a way that I didn't think possible in such a short period of time. Overall, I've done a couple of deals since purchasing the software. I've used it exclusively for all my deals, and I have about 3 more in the pipeline, which I plan on closing on in the next 30 to 45 days. With just a few hours a week, I've been doing this. Bottom line, if you're in this business and in need of a database, FreedomSoft is a must-have. I can't wait for the latest version, and I know you can't either.
You can go into FreedomSoft and I can make an offer within seconds. I can have a contract automatically filled out within seconds with my signature. My first lead that I put into FreedomSoft, I made $17,500. You can talk to a seller, you can get their information, you can make them an offer, and you can fax it within literally minutes, which is great. And using FreedomSoft works great. Very excited about it, and it has really changed the way my business has been set up.
All right, well, thank you for that amazing introduction. I'm just honored to be here. I'm excited to demo FreedomSoft Reloaded for you guys. And you know what? Without further ado, welcome to the future. The long-awaited release of FreedomSoft Reloaded is here. In the next 60 minutes, Pete and I are going to introduce you to your new personal real estate robot, pre-programmed by us to find, buy, and sell houses for you. And if you think I'm over-exaggerating, keep watching. You're about to finally see this thing in action. The most powerful new technology for the real estate investing community is about to be demoed right before your very eyes. Now, FreedomSoft Reloaded is going to do for you what it did for all those people you saw in the opening video and hundreds more that we don't have time. And I'm going to show you how in just a few minutes. Now, Before I tell you what you are going to see on this presentation, let me tell you what you are not going to see. You are not going to see some boring PowerPoint. You are not going to see or hear some big drawn-out, hypey sales pitch that insults your intelligence. You are not going to get a bunch of worn-out cliches like there's never been a better time to get involved with real estate investing, even though it's true, actually, or more millionaires have been made during times of recession than any other times. These things are true, but how many times have you heard them, and how many houses have you flipped as a result? If you're like most people, the answer is 0. We're about to change that for you. You are about to hear us cut the crap, get straight to the point, show you how FreedomSoft Reloaded has revolutionized the way that real estate buying and selling is done. You are about to see firsthand how FreedomSoft will literally hand you motivated sellers, buyers, and as a result, cash. You are about to see how FreedomSoft will save you over $3,000 a month in expenses that you normally would incur running a real estate investing business without it. You are about to see the power of one. FreedomSoft has taken over 10 different web applications, now over 13, and combined them into one system. No more logging into 17 different sites, comps, county tax, email systems, Google Maps, social media, marketing websites, all that stuff. One app, one login, one home base that does absolutely everything. You are about to see how FreedomSoft will run and manage your office, appraise your houses, give you rental rates, negotiate with sellers for you, track your marketing, manage your mail campaigns, manage your social media accounts, expedite contracts, follow up, plan your day for you, outsource short sales, give you $500 referral fees for loan mods, loan you up to $5 million regardless of your credit, coach you, train you, heck, even motivate you on a daily basis. And you are about to hear from the select group of people who have been using FreedomSoft Reloaded with unbelievable results for the past few months. Don't just take it from me, okay? Let's hear what the community has to say about it. We've heard everything from dream come true to answer to prayer to I'm speechless, just after you can't even understand. So welcome to the official revealing of FreedomSoft Reloaded. FreedomSoft rocked the world almost a year ago now, and it is back, new and improved. Now, the original edition of FreedomSoft, which launched back in January this year, was to real estate software what the iPhone was to cell phone technology, okay? Just completely revolutionary. It changed the industry forever. Well, FreedomSoft Reloaded is to FreedomSoft what the iPhone 4 was to the iPhone. It's the best analogy I can possibly think of. It's a blazing fast new edition. Things that you have just never seen before, never even thought possible. And to be honest, there's some things in FreedomSoft Reloaded that I never even thought was possible. But we pulled them off. I'm talking websites targeted at private lenders, loan mods, short sale sellers, short sale buyers, landlords, rehabbers, motivated sellers. You will have all of them. 45 new website design templates you can choose from. An easy website editor lets you make changes to your sites on the fly. It's just like you're typing an email. I mean, wait till you see this. We got this little thing flying across the screen here real quick, and I'm going to go into detail about with all these things, but I just want to blaze through all these things real quick here before we get deep into FreedomSoft Reloaded. Anywhere website integration. You can put a lead input form on your blog, on your Facebook page, anywhere, and all your leads will funnel into FreedomSoft. Effortless direct mail fulfillment. Pick your county, pick a list. We give you all the lists, high equity, absentee owners, free and clear. You click send, direct mail pieces go out the door, leading calls, money to you. And we'll show you how in just a second. We're going to show this to you. Automated direct mail drip campaigns. Every good marketer knows you don't just send a mailer once. The money's in the follow-up. So mailers are going to be going out from FreedomSoft for you every single month like clockwork. An easy contract editor. Most of you already had a chance to try the Contract Crusher over the last 2 weeks. If you like the Contract Crusher, you ain't seen nothing yet compared to what's in the full-blown FreedomSoft Reloaded system. As with it inside FreedomSoft, everything autofills, so you don't even have to fill anything out. Contract package builder, create, mix, match short sale packages, offer letters, contracts, generate them instantly. This is just all the new stuff. Over 30 new hours of step-by-step training with me, Pete the Ninja, some of our friends. Nearly every answer to every scenario you will ever come across in real estate, in life, in business is in here. This will be delivered to your doorstep. This truly is your miracle money machine. It's back, it's faster, it's better, it's sexier, it's funner, it's fresh. It is reloaded. And you're going to see all these new features right before your very eyeballs in a second. You're going to get your hands on all of this tonight. You know what, Pete? Let's catch these people up a little bit, just real quick, very, very, very quickly. Just an overview of who we are, why we invented the FreedomSoft technology, what it is in the first place. You know, I mean, there's some people on the line right now who don't even know us, who don't even know what FreedomSoft is to begin with. So just real quick, because I don't want to bore anyone. By the way, my name's Preston. In case anybody doesn't know, I've been buying and selling houses since 2004. I made over $500,000 my very first year doing it. I was able to quit my job, never look back, and we still flip multiple houses each and every month in Tampa, Florida, by the way. RealFreedomProperty.com. Feel free to check us out. I started teaching people how to do what I do about 5-6 years ago, mainly because so many people just kept asking me to do it. I currently have hundreds of students, over 100,000 subscribers around the world, people just flipping houses left and right, making tons of money, all because they go out and do the very simple things that I tell them to do. It's a fun job, and honestly, I love my life. But prior to FreedomSoft, here was the problem as I saw it. Actually, Pete, why don't you take it from here? Tell them a little bit about Pete was kind of the brains behind this whole thing. Tell them a little bit about why FreedomSoft fixed the universe. Pete's my business partner, by the way, in both Real Freedom Properties and FreedomSoft. Pete, why don't you just tell them a little bit about who you are and how we got this for the FreedomSoft thing going. And then we're very quickly going to get into this demo, show you exactly what FreedomSoft Reloaded does.
Yeah, thanks, Preston. Yeah, he's exactly right. I mean, I came in a couple years ago as probably one of those subscribers, one of those guys that was just looking for an answer. I saw what he was doing from afar and said, man, I'm struggling in my business now. I was going from, business to business to business, couldn't seem to get everything right. So I sent him an email one day and I said, Preston, you know what? I see what you're doing. I'd like to come down there and help you out. And at first you were a little, you were a little hesitant. Am I right?
Well, I wasn't really excited about training new people to be my competition.
So meanwhile, I turned into the test rat, lab rat, whatever you want to call it, and he calls me up and says, listen, let's get this thing going. I'm just way too busy to run this individual business down here in Tampa. I need somebody to help me because the people that we're giving the information to, I'm starting to see that, people might not be understanding it exactly the way that I'm seeing it in my head. Let me bring in somebody fresh, somebody that's never really flipped a house before, and let's see how fast he can get his operation up and running. It was kind of like, the outhouse to the penthouse type feeling there that we had, and I just went and started just the same way as everybody else does, completely confused. I mean, real estate used to be hard. There were so many different things that he's telling me. He's like, it's so easy, but there were so many things. Once I actually opened the book and started to figure out what this business is all about, there was websites, contracts. We had to determine offers. I was driving all over the place. I had home study courses. I was managing my buyers list. I was pulling information from one email provider into another one. I was trying to figure out another company to do my autoresponders. It was just like absolutely ridiculous. And I remember the first couple months, I started to think to myself, I was like, wow, do I really have what it takes? This is just, he makes it seem so easy. Am I just stupid that I can't just figure this out? Is there something wrong with me? And so I started to think about it, and you know what? I was doubting myself. I was in debt up to my eyeballs. I was having such a difficult time trying to figure out if this is what I needed to do, and this is, maybe, my family would think that I was gonna fail. I mean, I was going through so much different stuff here that it was crazy. I remember that I was sitting there with all this paperwork in front of my head, all these lead sheets and stuff, and I kept on asking Preston, and I'm like, Preston, what am I supposed to do? How do I make offers on these properties? And he's like, what is your problem? Just make offers, just make money. What are you supposed to do? And I'm like, yeah, but I can't get organized. How do you do this? It doesn't make any sense to me. Yes, it's easy to go out and flip one property, but when you have all these things going on at one point in time, you become completely paralyzed with fear to the point where, I felt like I just didn't have the time to get it done. I felt like I couldn't make decisions. I felt like in certain times that I wanted to seriously give up. And I remember one day we sat at Village Health, which is right around the corner around here, and I was telling Preston I would make him have these meetings with me, which he really didn't want to do at all, but I made him do it. And I just remember sitting there telling him, man, like, I feel like a failure. You did it. How come I can't do it? How come How come I'm not picking this up? How come like that these home study courses aren't enough? How come I just can't get what I need to get out of it? And what it comes down to is I'm the type of person, and I think a lot of other people are, is that they need to see something from start to finish. It's very difficult for them to come in at one point in time and pick things up. I need to see it all the way from start to finish. Mike Collins told me this, and those of you guys don't know the Godfather of Real Estate, he told me you don't got to get it right, you just got to get it going. And for me, it was difficult to do. So, I started to think, I started to ask Preston, I need to get organized. Is there any software systems out there that you can give to me that I can figure it out? And he gave me a couple of them. He's got some connections in the marketplace to get some of this software. And I remember looking at it, I'm like, oh my God, this is making me even more sick. I wanted to like puke in my mouth. I'm like, there's just so much going on right here that I'm even more confused than ever. And not to mention all the money that we were spending. I was spending all this money on all these outside sites, all these, cost for comps, cost for marketing, cost for email systems, cost for all these different things. And I'm like, wow. And I'm just remember sitting down talking to my girlfriend. I'm like, there's just got to be an easier way. There's just got to be an easier way. So, as you guys, many of you people know the story, those of you guys are on the phone, we really just started FreedomSoft at that point in time. I remember having a conversation at one of the boot camps, and I was talking to Than Merrill, one of the big gurus in the marketplace now, and I remember someone was overhearing my conversation. They said, listen, I could see your frustration. I understand that everything's not the way that you want it. I can build it. So we ended up in January 2010 releasing our first version of FreedomSoft, which completely blew the minds off of a lot of people. We dumbed the real estate industry software down so much that it makes it very difficult not to finally enjoy what it is that you do and not to feel like you're in control of your business. Everything is right at your face. But one of the cool things is that after we were finished, we had just begun our journey. We had no idea it was going to take it to where it has gone. We have now gone to our people that our family members that have got the system a year ago. They are now basically working for us, giving us ideas, helping us mold the system and continue to change with the technology to get a better system in front of you guys, to make these things a lot easier, to make real estate a lot easier, to make your job a lot easier, to have more time with your family, to have more time with your friends. And so then we basically came up with FreedomSoft Reloaded. FreedomSoft Reloaded has got so many different things in it, but I'm going to tell you one thing before I get going. We're going to get to the demo in just a second here, but it's got so much stuff in it, but what I like the most about it is got everything there that makes sense. There's nothing buried in the application. There's nothing that you got to go fishing for. Once you get involved in this business and you see how this system looks in front of your face every single day, you're going to start to get excited about what you do, because people do things that are easy. It seems like they do anyway. You know what? I know you guys are dying to get into this thing, so let's just get into this thing right now.
Yeah, let's demo this thing.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is your new home. This is the place you're going to be coming to on a daily basis to change your life. Notice what you're going to first see here is what's new. As soon as you come into your system, you're going to know the leads that are coming into your system. All you have to do is click on the links, and it's going to bring you to those leads that you can start working. New seller leads, new buyer leads, and any new messages that we actually put into the system for you, different training events, different things that we do, you're going to see that there. Below this is a virtual whiteboard. Every big real estate person in the country has a virtual whiteboard, has a whiteboard in their office so they can see, take a snapshot of their business, exactly where it's at, know what they're doing right and know what they're doing wrong. One way to tell if you're doing something wrong is you come in here, you don't see anything on this whiteboard. So we got to make sure that we keep this thing filled, and the system is going to fill it for you. You just watch and see. All right, it's all the quick access information you're ever going to need. If someone calls your office and is looking for a purchase price or something like that, there's no more digging into files. There's no more putting somebody on hold and asking the receptionist, hey, what are we offering on that house? Or when do we need to sell that by? Everything is right in front of your face. You are now going to finally feel like you are in control of your business once you see this demo in action, and you're actually going to be able to see yourself running this. One thing that people see is, or do, is actually they get into these other software systems and they're so complicated that they freeze. This system, just basically every action of the real estate process is going to present itself, and this is the start. Here is on a whiteboard that you have access to this information. Below that, you're going to see today's schedule. I don't want to be bogged down with different things on a daily basis that I don't have to do, that I have to do next week and the week after. I want to know what I have to do for that day. And once I go down that list, it's like basically, you know, I remember talking to you, Preston, a while back, and you're like, listen, you got to write your list. You got to make a list every single day and go through that list. Well, now you don't have to worry about that because that list presents itself right in front of you. All right, again, this is your home screen, but what I want to do is I want to show you how easy it is to set up this system. By the end of tonight, you are going to have your website set up. You're going to have your packages set up. You're going to have all of your imports. You're going to basically be running a business by probably about an hour and a half after this call is over. So watch, pay attention, and learn. You're going to absolutely love it. Say, what? Boom. Oh, he just changed the boom to the what. I love it. Boom to the what. All right, first thing let's do is let's go up to the setup up in the top menu bar. Here's the link. Let's go into setup, and I'm going to show you how quickly you're going to be able to get this system set up. For those of you guys last time that didn't see the e-signature, this is really freaking cool. All you're going to do is come into this section here, and you're going to type your name. Preston.
Your mom.
Preston. How do you spell your last name?
E-O-Y.
Oh, thank you. All right, Preston Ely, you're going to type in your name there. You're going to put your initials in there, and all you're going to do is come down and pick which font replicates your actual signature, and that signature that you've just put in here now is going to autofill throughout the entire system, so you never have to worry about faxing.
I don't like that one right there. I'm going to go over here. I like that one.
All right, he's all the high class. That's like calligraphy right there. It's very high class for Preston. I would take this one over here, the ugly one. But anyway, what I was saying before is that now that you've set up your e-signature, the system is going to recognize this, and it's going to autofill all your documents. So you don't have to worry about filling out your contracts, printing them out, signing them, faxing them back in. All that is over. Say what? All right, let's go. We got your email accounts. All you're going to do with your email accounts is just come in here. You're going to click on the email button. You're going to put in your email address, send verification email. It's as easy as that. Next thing we're going to show you to set up is your social media accounts. Social media is a big thing these days. I don't know who's out there that saw, what's that movie we just saw with the Facebook people?
I actually have not seen it yet.
Social Network, that's what it was. What a great movie. If you haven't seen it, go out and move it tonight. It's at 7 and 9 o'clock at the theaters near you. Social media accounts, all right? All you're going to do here is you're just going to go ahead and click Add Account. Once you click Add Account, it's going to prompt you to go to your Facebook. You're going to go ahead and accept it, and now everything that we send out on our broadcast are going to be sent out to your Facebooks, your Twitters, your Google Bases, all the different accounts. Actually, let me just show them real quick. Let's just go hit Add Account, and I'll show you how easy this thing is. Easy is, I think, the theme that is going to go through this entire demo, as you're going to see just how easy everything is to do. So I picked Facebook right here. I can also go pick FriendFeed, Google Base, LinkedIn, Twitter. Doesn't matter. You name it, we got it. You click authorize, you're all set up. You're just basically set up right there. You're halfway there. You've set up your e-signature, your email, your social media accounts in less than 5 minutes. Now what I want to do is I want to go set up my websites. This is all new and reloaded. We have changed the way that we've done websites. We've made it so easy that the guy from the Geico commercial can run this. What's his name?
The Lizard.
Oh, yeah, there it is, the Lizard. I was thinking actually the Caveman commercial, but I got confused, so the Lizard's even better. All right, I'm going to go to Manage Websites. What you're going to see here is that with the that we give you unlimited websites for some of our member packages. We have a whole bunch of here that we've all set up. Now, a couple things that I want to point out that are really cool. First of all, we have a whole bunch of new designs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Choose Design, and I'm going to show you all the different designs that we have. All right, we have a couple different things. Let's go down to the bottom here, and we have default, we have classy, spiffy, and professional. So we already shown you professional. We'll show you the spiffy ones, we'll show you the classic ones, and then we'll end with the default ones. You can see that you have tons of different websites to pick from. Now, one of the other things that people would say from last time that got the system, they said, well, listen, we love the websites, but we might want to change some copy. We live in a different part of the country that you do, and people are they're used to seeing some different words, whatever the case is. No problem. We got you covered. Let's go back to Manage Websites and let's edit this website. I can just click on Edit Content, and basically what's going to happen is it's going to allow me to go ahead and just click inside of my website and start to type. Look at that. Look how fast that was. I can go in here. If I don't like the word everything, I can just space it back out. Everything. If I don't like anything else in here, I just click and change, click and change. It's as easy as that. Are you kidding me? Have you ever seen a website editor that you could just go in, don't need any experience in HTML, don't need any experience in setting websites up, don't need to call your webmaster. If you want to change anything, you come in here, you click, and you're done. Hit save, and it's all over.
Yeah, and there's one thing that you're going to notice is that, I mean, there's plenty of people that sell websites. Number one, you're not going to find any where you can set them up quite as easily. But the thing you're going to notice as we go through this demo is that it's the way that the leads are processed. It's the way that the leads come in through these sites and then flow effortlessly and just strategically throughout the system of FreedomSoft to where you don't have to do anything. Everything just flows through it very naturally, and we'll get into that in just a minute.
Yeah, absolutely. We got that set up. We're going to actually show that entire integration there for you. All right, so you guys get the picture. I mean, there's not much more here. When you make things so simple, there's not a lot of explaining. So we're going to be running through these things pretty quickly. It's as easy as that. You click, change, and hit save, and it's all over. So let's get out of here and go back to manage websites. So we talked about choosing design. We went through edit content. You can add testimonials. You can manage your autoresponders. What cool thing about this is that each site that you have that's free, and by the way, there's no hosting fees. There's no domain fees. Once you come into the system, all that stuff is free. We take care of it for you. Just one thing I wanted to add there. All right, so let's go. No nickel and diamond. All right, that's the philosophy.
Yeah, most people are going to charge you for these websites. They're going to charge you for the monthly fees. You're actually going to have to go out of most systems to set your own websites up, domains up with GoDaddy and all these other things. Not so with FreedomSoft. We actually, you just kind of type it in and we set it up all for you. We pay for it all for you. It's just all done for you. And then these autoresponders that we're about to tell you about, I wrote them all. Okay, I'm a copywriting ninja to the 10th degree black belt. I mean, if I write a word, people are jumping up and down doing whatever the heck I say. So I've written them for you. So that's one pretty cool thing.
Yeah, and we're going to get to that in a second. I'm actually going to set up a website here live on the phone with you guys tonight and just show you how quick it is to get a site up online. Never been this easy before. Again, right back to the autoresponders. Preston had said that he wrote all these different things here, and the cool thing about it is that each site that we have comes with its own series of autoresponders. So what you're going to see here, this is our seller site, and we have 4 different autoresponders that could go out in a delay from 0 days up to 90 days. We have free reports that are in there for you. This is where systems are begun. This is when you can start to see your business working on autopilot. This is very difficult to do for yourself. I remember when I first got started, said that 5 times twice. When I first got started, I was going through Aweber and Constant Contact, and I'm telling you, it took me so long to figure out these systems. I was constantly on the message boards. I was calling the customer service. I'm like, how do you do this? I don't understand it. Those days are over, guys. Those days are over. Now everything is in the system for you. If you don't like what we wrote, all you got to do is click view, change it, and restore, and hit view, change it, hit save, and you can change anything that we wrote. I mean, it's that easy. Preston, you want to?
Well, just using these autoresponders that I wrote, it's basically like having me as a free salesman on your staff, contacting your people for you, keeping them entertained, keeping them educated, keeping in touch with them, and just kind of having me at your side to talk these people into doing business with you.
It works like magic, guys. This is what a system is all about. Trust me. All right, so that's the autoresponders. Domain management. If you have other domains, we're going to get to this in a little while also. If you have a domain that we don't give you or a website that we don't give you, we allow you to put web forms on those domains and have it now integrated directly into the system. So if somebody goes to your blog, we're going to show you how to put a web form on your blog. Someone's going to enter their information. It's going to go directly into the FreedomSoft system. One house, one central location. That is all that you need. All right, let's go back to manage websites. Did you see how fast that we went through that? We went through the choose design, edit content, testimonials, autoresponders, and domain management, and that's it. We can go ahead and edit this anytime that we want. We can change the site if we want. Now let's go ahead and add a site. Now you know how to utilize the sites. Now let's go ahead and add one. All you're going to do is go down to the bottom of the screen, and look at that. We've had add website button. Do you like that?
I love it.
I love it too. Let's click on the add website button and let's show the ease. All right, let's pick a seller site. Please, give me the please. Jeez. All right, let's pick a motivated seller site, and all I have to do now is click on the next button. And from here I want to register a new domain for my website. Let's click on the big green box. And then it's going to pop up similar to the functionality you'll see at GoDaddy. All I want to do is put in a URL here.
let's do I Love Preston.
I Love Preston.
It's probably taken because, you know, all the love.
I love Preston. I cannot believe that I'm saying that actually out loud in front of thousands of people. That's the URL we're gonna buy right now.
Hit search. I guarantee it's taken.
All right, let's see. Oh! All right, I'm gonna change it to I Love Pedro.
Oh, that's definitely taken.
Let's go. Yeah, that's all right. I Love Pedro 7764. You allowed to do numbers in URLs? I don't believe so. This is starting. Oh, we're available. I Love Pedro 7764. Let's register this domain. All I got to do is click on register domain, and my sites are going to magically be up in just a few minutes. In order for me to go ahead and now edit them, change my autoresponder, set it all up, business in a box. That's as simple as that.
It's the difference between Microsoft and Apple, and I don't care whether which side you're on with that. It's just a known fact that the Apple computers, they're just easy. They're easier to use. They're for the dummy that doesn't the non-tech savvy people.
Now notice this, it took what, about 4 or 5 seconds, and now we're going to see website successfully created. So let's go down to the bottom here, and I Love Pedro 7764 is online, ready to be changed, ready to add autoresponders, testimonials, whatever you need to do. That is as simple as that. I think that deserves the first boom! Man, that feels good. That's about a year since I had the old boom working here.
Love a good boom.
I love a good boom. All right. So now that we've gone through the website, it's a brand new feature that we have here in Reloaded. Let's go through what I just mentioned here as far as putting buyer web forms and seller web forms on any of the sites that you have out there, such as Facebook. There's a lot going on right now with Facebook, and it's so huge that everybody is marketing on here. So we allow you to actually put these forms right up on Facebook and your fan page. Let me show you how easy that is. Let's go up to buyer, and then we're going to go to web forms. One thing now that I just noticed is, guys, this top menu bar, just think of this as a filing cabinet. Everything that you need to think of in marketing is in marketing. In your sellers, which are people that are trying to sell you the properties, just think of what it is that you're trying to do, and therefore it's in that file. So right now I'm looking for a buyer web form. I'm going to go up to buyers, over to web form, as simple as that. Click on web forms, and basically let's go ahead and create a new web form. I'm going to click create new web form button over here on the right hand side, and let's go ahead and name this. Let's do Facebook Pedro, a little test piece there. Let's get save changes.
We have a lot of Mexican users, by the way.
No, I just saw Eastbound and Down last night, so it's like he's in Mexico, so for some reason I keep on talking about Mexicans in Mexico, but that's just because of the movie.
Pete is actually the Mexican name, the American name for Pedro, in case you didn't know that.
All right, guys, this is one web form that we have. This is what you're going to put on your blogs and other sites that you have. It's another easy editor. You're going to notice the common theme throughout this is that we want things to be easy. Most of the people out there, if it's too hard, they're not going to do it. So we figured we had to just make this so a 3-year-old could run it, and that's how easy it is. And it is going to start to get you to have fun again in business. Start having fun in what it is that you do. There's too many people out there that just are so stressed they don't have fun. This system makes it fun again. I got goosebumps right now just saying that. All right, let's widen this thing out. You don't like the size of that, Preston? Let's widen it out a little bit. You want a little skinny? All right, he likes a little skinny, so we're going to go ahead and make it tiny. All right, guys, you can go ahead and change anything in here. It's really quick. You're going to save your changes, be able to post this up on your site really quickly. That's the web form. Takes 2 seconds. The other thing I want to show you here is the actual Facebook web forms that we have. All right, so it's actually a separate piece here. I'm going to click on Install My Web Form on Facebook. And now all I have to do is come down here and select a template. All right, we have a bunch of templates that you can use. One has the video in it, which you can embed any type of video that you want. You can go ahead and use any of the templates that we have here for you. I'm just going to run through a couple of them real quick, real easy. And let's get back to the beginning one here. All right, the other thing that you can do is you can add your tagline in. Just right underneath Real Freedom Properties there, I can type in is the best, and I can embed that video right there. The other thing I can do is actually put links onto my page. So if I want other people to share this page, notice at the bottom of this web form you're going to see YouTube and LinkedIn and Twitter and those different things. If you have accounts there and you want people to be targeted to go to those sites there, just put them in here and download your custom Facebook code. It's that easy, guys. It's that easy. So let me actually just show you back on our Facebook page what it looks like in reality. So let's click on there. What is that? Someone's playing a trick on me. Put the guy with the baby thing on there. You ever see that? You ever see that one?
Yes, I have.
All right, it's pretty funny, guys. If you haven't seen that, it actually is pretty funny. So you're going to see our web form here, and it's all set up in our Facebook account. It takes seconds to do. You're actually going to love it. Say, what? Boom. I'm going to go what? You say boom. Let's do that now. What do you feel? Huh? Let's do it. All right, let's go back. Back to Facebook. So we've covered all these different things already. We've covered your setup, your e-signature. We've covered your emails. We've covered getting your websites up. We've covered getting your web forms up. Now we're ready to market, right? We've got all our setup completely done within seconds. I'm ready to market now. All right, so what do I want to do? I want to market. Let's go to maybe marketing tab. Does that maybe work? All right, I want to send out, I want to do some signs. So I'm going to go to Gorilla Gear. And I can click on that. I can get banded signs, stakes and frames, and card decals. You can get it right through the system. There's no need to go to 17 other sites, have 9,000 different memberships when everything is in one central location. Next thing you want to do, Preston, let's go get some cash buyers. Everybody loves cash buyers. Guys, if you don't understand cash buyers, you better get to know them, because these are guys that are buying most of the REO properties out there, and we deliver them right to your face within seconds. Let's click on cash buyers. Okay, now let's just go ahead and pick a quick zip code here, 33610, and let's do a date range here. We can just stop it, doesn't make a difference. Let's do a quick date range. Press search, and magically you're going to see all these cash buyers start to show up in the system, and they're all mapped out. Now, one of the really, really cool things about this is that I can not only see the people that bought these properties and when they bought them. Let's just look at the first thing. 1604 East Padawan Ave in Tampa. I know that Buzz Holdings just bought that. I know his mailing address. I know the sold price and what he paid and when he paid for it, and I want to see what this thing looks like. So I can click on this address. It's going to pull it up inside the map, and I want to take a quick street view of this thing and see. Well, actually, that wasn't available. There is some places in the country that street view is not available. Let's go ahead and check it here. And there we go. Now we're able to see that property. Notice the house there in the middle of the road, and I can see exactly what he bought. So for the first time ever, without having to drive around at comps, without having to spend a lot of time doing my due diligence, I can just look through this cash buyer section, pull up the property, see what they bought in cash, and now be able to justify my prices. This has never been as easy as it is now, guys. You can go through hundreds and hundreds of leads, depending if you want to get your business that way, in about a split second of the time that you used to be able to do, because technology has brought us to a point now where all the outdated things that had gone on before, driving around, calling people up, all that different stuff is gone. Now it's easy, it's at your fingertips, and it's virtual. Preston, anything you wanted to add, or you just tapped me because you love me?
I'm just loving what you're saying.
Okay. So, guys, another cool thing that we can do here, and I can't really stress how important it is what I just showed you. Once you get into your system and start using these things, you're going to be really, really excited. I'm telling you. It is really, really cool. All right. The other thing we can do now is I want to send these people some letters, right? So I find a property in this 33610 that I get under contract. Now I want to send a letter to all the people that just bought. So all I have to do is click on this little magical box over here. What do you call that? Just a check box?
Well, just to be clear, these are rich people who pay cash for houses, and they're all loaded up into FreedomSoft.
Yeah, enough said, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Again, when it's simple, it's easy, doesn't need a lot of explanation. All right, so from here, what I can do is I can create a campaign. So I can send a campaign out to a letter out to all these people. Now I can do it myself, which we give you the ability to go ahead and just generate these letters through our system. Or what we brought on brand new and reloaded again was our mail house. We have connected you in with our mail house, so you can send all the letters and postcards and anything else that you want. We provide the lists and everything. I'm going to get to that in just a second, but the functionality works exactly the same. So I actually want to show it in the direct mail side and not in the cash buyers, just for time reasons. But just pretend that you have this list right here, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about here in a second. So let's go back up to direct mail now, and let's run a premium direct mail campaign. Like I just said, we have the stuff and stick that you could do it yourself, which is just a quick 3 or 4 step wizard, and then we have the premium mail campaign, aka done for you. All right, click premium campaign button over here on the right hand side. So what's going to tell us is, okay, we have no mail pieces selected for our campaign. So what we've done is we provided with a bunch of mail pieces that you can use. All right, we have everything from yellow postcards to 2- and 3-page letters that are in here. Now you're saying, okay, well, I don't want to know what they look like. All I have to do is mouse over the link that says front, and there I see the postcard in the front. I want to see the postcard in the back. Mouse over the back, and that's exactly what you're going to be seeing. I can do this all the way down. I can see all the different types of copy that we've wrote for you that converts like gangbusters, and you can see exactly what you want to send out. So, okay, I want to send out an absentee postcard number 1. I'm going to just click on the checkbox there, and I'm going to go ahead and click select. So what it's going to do, it's going to pull in that mailer, and then I wanted to go to the next button. You could also set this up to do drip campaigns if you just want to set it and forget it, or you could just go ahead and mail one like we're doing here. Anyhow, let's go ahead and click on the next button. I keep on saying pick on the next button. I don't want to pick on it. Alrighty, so now we have our information here. All we're going to do is go ahead and verify that. Make sure that you verify that this is correct by checking on these 2 boxes on the bottom. Click on the next button. And now we have the ability now to go ahead and get a mailing list. If you have your own mailing list, if you have a list broker that you work with, that's fine. If you don't, we've made it very easy for you to go ahead and get your list right through the system. So I want to go ahead and send some high equity, free and clear postcards out. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. I'm going to click my state, which is Florida, and I'm going to click my county, which is Hillsborough, if I can find it here. Hillsborough. All right, if I have multiple counties, all I have to do is press the plus button. If I want to get rid of this, all I'm going to do is click on the X. So I'm all set up. I have my list that I want, and now I'm just going to click on the next button. And most of this information, just confirmation, is going to show us our pricing. It's a minimum of 250 orders. Let's do 250 mailers. And now what we have is we have special instructions. So if you wanted single family properties or multifamily properties or certain zip codes, you're going to put in your special instructions there. Click on the next button, and we are right there, almost done. Now we have our mailing list details, all our cost, everything is all set. Click on next. And again, here's our mailing list. Here's our full thing. We give everybody that's going to be getting the system tonight a 15% discount. Let's go to checkout. And you are all set. Your mail has now just been sent out. Everything is good. Here's a quick checkout where you can submit the order. Your mail is done. How? It's never been like that. I remember when I first started, I spent weeks just trying to figure out who's got the right list, who can mail my stuff out. Now I could go in the system within 3 seconds and make sure that I stay on top of my marketing.
Yeah, before you used to have to pay for the lists. You used to have to. There was a mailing company that I used for quite some time that in order just to get set up with them, you had to pay $1,500 to $3,000 just to get set up. Now on top of that, there was a $200 monthly fee just to stay set up. And then on top of that, there was the shipping and handling and stamps and all that stuff to send out all your stuff. Okay, do you understand that what we have just done with FreedomSoft Reloaded is put all this stuff into the system? Not only is it integrated, not only does it flow through, not only are your leads just automatically going through here, but it's free. Yes, you have to pay for your postage and the handling, all that stuff, but of course you're going to have to do that. But it's all free. It's all integrated. We've taken what is thousands of dollars of setup costs from other companies, and it's freaking free.
You gotta love it, baby. You gotta love it. All right, so that is the direct mail. So we went through the Gorilla Gear with your signs and your stakes and your car decals. We went through the direct mail. We went through the cash buyers. Now let's go through instant leads. It's another great lead source that we have in here. All right, so we've set up the system. We've gone through almost now through all the marketing. After this, I'm going to go ahead and start running through some deals. Let's do that.
Those 30, 60, 90 leads back in the day used to take, first of all, you couldn't even get the leads. And if you did get the leads, these guys were charging hundreds of dollars for that list. Do you remember that, Pete?
Oh, yeah, it was incredible. And the list cost is so cheap. Everything is just so cheap in this thing. Once you start sending out mailers and that phone starts ringing, all your worries start to disappear. You get a couple deals underneath your pocket and watch all your worries disappear. All right, so now we are instant leads. We've made instant leads something really, really cool for people. MLS access is such a big thing that's going on right now because of the number of foreclosures, because of the number of short sales. the auction properties, all these different things. If you have MLS access, you're obviously ahead of the game. We can't duplicate the MLS. I wish we could, but we can't. But what we have done is we brought most of the MLS to you. For those of you that cannot get to the MLS, we've connected in with a vendor that we have 80% of the listings nationwide on all these deals. So a couple things that it does. One is it lets you find out the realtors that are working right in the area so you can start to build relationships. Second thing that it does, it allows you to start to look at the properties and the sale prices and what things have sold for, so you can start to analyze an area and become an expert in. So these are all quality things, or very important things in that is going to make the quality of your business better and better as you go on. So pay attention as I go through here. I'm just going to go ahead and click the MLS. You can also import leads into here. Actually, let me talk about that really quick, and then I'll go back to instant leads. I use this functionality on a daily basis. All right, I have someone that is in my office that goes into the MLS and pulls out all the properties in a couple different zip codes under $50,000. Those things are in my system on a daily basis. We have direct integration with the MLS. So if you're running those types of properties, boom, you just pop it in, export it out of the MLS, which we do have videos that I'll show you how to do it step by step. And it's right into my system that I can start to analyze these deals. I don't have to go to the other system to do that. So it's full integration, and we do have videos to show you that. All right, back to instant leads. That is cool, huh?
Totally.
That is really cool, guys. I think you can really start to see the power of that if you just take a second and think. You feel it? I feel the power too. I love it. I feel it. I love it. All right, let's go back to instant leads. All right, go to the search instant leads. Let's just go ahead and pick Florida. Let's do Tampa. And let's just go ahead and click on search. All right, here we go. Notice how the system starts to bring in these leads, and it maps them right on top of the map. So the cool thing is that I remember when I used to get all these emails from other wholesalers and different people. They'd have a list of all their properties, and they had these prices, but I never knew where they were located. So when you start to look at properties based off of a map, you're going to start to visualize what areas. It's kind of like the school systems. Everybody knows the school systems around where they grew up, what were the good areas and what were the bad areas. Now you have to learn the same thing in real estate, and this is something that helps you do that by seeing these properties map up on here. All right, so what it's going to do is going to show you all these different properties. It's going to show you, now these are all coming in by the REDC. These are auction properties that are sent in here. All right, let's come down here and let's go to the next page. All right, now we have some realtor properties that are coming in. All right, so I want to see what these properties look like. All I have to do is click on the property, and it's going to go ahead and pin that up on the map again. And again, this street view is in every all the functionality. Anything that we have that there involves maps, we have street view. We want you to get that information so quick so you can make quick decisions. People like dealing with people that make quick decisions, that know what they're talking about, and have that confidence. People want to work with people that are confident.
And you can also see the street view of all the comps. You know, it used to be, we used to have to print out all the addresses of the comps. We used to have to go drive the neighborhoods, whether they be half an hour away, an hour away. And we used to have to drive and visually look at all the comps to see if it was, you know, on the other side of the railroad tracks, or if it was the same type of, the same type of house that we were looking at. And now you just don't have to do that.
It saves so much time, guys. You just got to realize how to utilize this technology and how it's going to benefit your business.
This is the future. This is your real estate business. This is how real estate investors and investing will be done in the future.
All right, let's go down here. Let's pick another property. I want to see what this 210 Wilder Ave looks like. I click on it. It's going to pull it up on the map, and then I can click Street View, or I can view it. Now, what I want to do is I'm just going to view this because it's going to give me additional information on the next page. So let's view it. Boom. All of a sudden, now we have the exact MLS listing that came in. It gives us a description of the property. It tells us the MLS number. It tells us the information to the realtor. Talk about building relationships. You know the properties that these guys have. You know where they have them. If you have properties that are in those areas, you can start to build relationships, help things work, sell their properties. They help you sell your properties. It's as easy as that, guys. You have to just wrap your mind around the process, and the system allows you to see things now from start to finish. I don't know how to build relationships. Well, why don't you go to Instant Leads? Why don't you do a search for something in your area? Why don't you find a realtor that works in those areas? Why don't you give them a call and have lunch with them? It's as easy as that, and the system allows you to do that. If I wanted to go down this way, I could just click on any of these properties here. It's just going to switch the information. You notice the speed in which all this stuff is happening. It's so quick. It brings in the pictures also, so I can go down here and I can see what does this property look like. I just mouse over the thumbnail and I'm going to see a nice beautiful picture of the shape of this property. Talk about running through leads. Talk about being able to analyze properties that fit your profile is never been easier.
Yeah, we used to have to pay people $50 to go run to these houses and take pictures and inspect them and all that stuff.
It's no more. It doesn't happen. You can make hundreds and hundreds of offers now without having to leave the house. And if you want to leave the house, you want to shake hands, you want to kiss babies, that's up to you. I have no problem in doing that. But this system allows you not to
Easy with the
have
babies. Easy with the babies.
Oh yeah, I think you know why is because when we pulled up the Facebook thing, someone put the baby on there, and now it's a baby in my head. All right, so anyhow, I love babies, by the way. All right, so that's instant leads in a nutshell. We already showed you the importing function and how to deal with that. We have FSBO leads that are in here for you. Anything that you import into the system. So we've gone through the marketing now. We've gone through the setup. We've gone through the whiteboard. So let's do some properties now. Let's just run this. Let's just run it through and show you how quick it is to get the information in. Either it's coming in from the websites or it's not. And let's run through a few deals. But before I do that, one thing that you had mentioned before, Preston, is you want to show them the integration of the sites. So what I've done is I've put up a couple of our sites here. So, lost it. Okay, here's one of them. I have some information in here. I'm going to go ahead. This is our buyer site. So this is basically where your people are going to be pushed to.
What is it with you and Pedro, dude?
I don't know, because Brenda, my girlfriend, named our fish Pedro, and my dog's name is Monster, and so now I guess it just kind of comes out. I don't really know why, but let's go ahead and click on Get Started. So these are your squeeze pages, guys. You guys are going to have a whole bunch of different options of what to put up there.
Do not email pedrosan@gmail.com because it is Pete's Fish's email.
Alrighty, I'm just going to let that rub off my back.
FreedomSoft is so simple to use that even a fish can use it, and it has email directly integrated.
And his name is Pedro Sanchez. All right, let's go ahead and click on Get Started. Now they're going to be taken to this screen in which you're going to fill out their property information. And notice these boxes here that you're going to see, they match the property details page, in which I haven't shown you yet, the actual lead page where we stored all the information about the property owner and about the property. So as they come in and fill out this information, it's automatically going to be integrated with the system and it's going to show up as a new lead. So that's the one site. Let's go to another site now. And this one is a buyer site here. Again, Pedro at Gmail for some reason. I guess a Pedro theme. So here's a buyer site here. Let's go ahead.
Is he an illegal immigrant? I mean, is this a Arizona issue?
Yeah, actually on Eastbound and Down, the guy from Pedro in that one movie, Vote for Pedro, he was actually in that movie. So I think maybe that's the correlation. I'm not sure. All right, let's get free access into this other site here. And this is going to bring us into our...
I wrote this squeeze page, by the way, loaded with NLP hypnosis. Trust me.
Yeah, I feel like I can't even talk to him sometimes because I feel like I'm getting psychoanalyzed and tricked into doing things. Okay, here we go. So here we are. We're at properties for sale. This is what is going to be one of your buyer sites that you guys are going to have. Really nice clean look. If I click on the link here, it's going to show your prospective buyers property, pictures of the property, their street view and map on everything. It's got the Zestimate and the e-appraisal, all the normal stuff that you're going to see. Nice, clean, everything's all set. So we put those two leads in the system, went through a seller site and through a buyer site, fill out the information. Now let's go back actually into the system and let's see where that is. So we left off an instant leads. Now I want to go into sellers and let's search for any leads that have come into the system. One is going to be a seller lead, one's going to be a buyer lead. Okay, here's the seller lead, the 3405. Let's check the name. Mr. Pedro Sanchez. All right. Nosotros tequilas. All right, so anyway, now we go to the buyers, right? So now we have one buyer lead that came in, one seller lead that came in. Now notice, if I would have filled out that information, all this stuff would have been filled out for me. So that's what the users are going to do. That's what the motivated sellers or buyers are going to do, is they're going to fill out that information. Now let's go up to buyers and let's click on the search button. And there he is. There's Mr. Pedro at Gmail as he came into my buyer site. Now, one of the really cool things is that once a buyer comes into that buyer site and fills out the information, if he doesn't fill out that information completely, part of the autoresponder series is it's something like Preston wrote like, hey, what do you want? Please tell us all the information. We need to get your profile filled out correctly. You're going to start to get emails in your inbox saying that this buyer has now just updated his information with his phone number and everything. Talk about a hot lead. I then take that guy's information, grab him on the phone and say, hey, Pedro, I noticed that you just filled out your additional additional information on the site, I just wanted to call and give you a welcome to the team. Talk about building rapport. Talk about building relationships. Talk about finding guys that are going to buy multiple properties from you every single year. You know you're one step away from finding one guy that's going to buy 5 or 6 houses a year, and you can quit your job, that you could replace your income just through that one little connection. And this all makes it possible because of the integration. All right, I'm getting lost here as far as, not lost, but getting so excited that I lost my train of thought here. So again, not to reiterate, but we've already set up the system. We've gone through the marketing. We've gone through the websites. We've gone through the web forms. Let's go through one more thing that we're going to set up here, which is documents. Again, this is all new in FreedomSoft. So let's go on Documents and Manage Documents. It's known in FreedomSoft that we now have a package editor, and we also enable you to go ahead and upload any contract that you want. Last year when we launched, one of the big things that our users came back and told us is that, guys, we really like your contracts. We like all the standard templates that you put in there for us to use, but we can't go ahead and upload our state contracts. Now we've made that so easy for you to do. Actually, should I show them and actually pull up like a state contract, show them how easy that is?
I think you should really show them.
Okay, well, if he says I will, then I'm going to do it. I'm going to click on Upload Template. Again, pretty self-explanatory. And now I'm just going to look for that contract in my computer here. So let's go ahead and select File. Let's do FARBAR. That's our standard contract here, which is a Florida FAR bar, which is our state contract. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to click on Open, and I'm going to title this. Let's do FAR bar test, and hit Save and Close. Now what it's going to do is going to upload this, and it's going to drop me right into an editor. All right, notice how that happens now. Now it drops my as-is contract within like 3 seconds, and now it's right into my editor in which I can start to set the variables up. I'm basically going to go pre-fill this contract out, so as I'm generating contracts through the system, all this stuff is on autofill. Let me show you what it looks like completely filled out, because this is just a test so you can see how quickly and easily it is to upload these contracts, and look how beautiful they look. Absolutely gorgeous. Everything is beautiful. I can't believe I'm saying a contract is gorgeous.
You're attracted to the contract.
I'm attracted to the contract. It's a very, very good way to explain it.
Please show me a system in the world of the universe that autofills a state contract. I'd like to see it.
All right, let's show what that looks like. So anyway, here is the Florida State contract, and then here's the FAR bar test. So what I've done here is I've already set the variables up in this contract, which I did it one time, and I'll never have to do it again. So as you come in, if you don't see, actually, you know what, any of these contracts that you see with the FreedomSoft logo, these are already set up for you to use, already autofilled. Anytime that you're going to have to use this functionality to set up your contracts is just going to be contracts that you use that we haven't provided, such as any of your state contracts. So let's go in there and let's click on Edit, and I can show you how easy it was for us to go ahead and set up the variables. All you do is click into the line in which do you want that anything in. So let's say parties. If this was a contract that you were buying a property as the seller, then all you're going to do is you're going to go up to your variables, and I'm going to click on company name, and notice how it just shoots right into that line. I could then take my cursor with the hand, and I can move this anywhere that I want, and I can delete it. All I'm going to do is do that throughout the whole contract. I'm going to put my purchase price, my deposit. We have some custom variables that you can put in. It takes literally less than 2 minutes to go ahead and set this contract up. So once we've set our contracts up, we just set it and forget it. We're getting ready to send those contracts. I'm going to show you how all this is auto-filled and everything is going to come together. All right? Preston, you got anything to add here before I skip out of this screen?
No.
Okay. He's drinking tea and playing with his cat right now, I think. All right. Back to Manage Documents. I want to show you one other thing with Manage Documents here that's really cool, and that is the packages. The ability to go ahead and generate packages. That was another huge thing. We surveyed our initial users, and they basically have built this system. They have told us what they wanted in all aspects of their business, and one of the big things is state contracts and packages. So let's go to Packages. Let's click it. And we've already set up a couple of test packages. One is a private lender package. So if you're using some private lenders in your area, you're going through the cash buyer system, finding some of those people to go ahead and lend to you. We've already set up a private lender package, and then also you can create your own package. So I'm going to click on Create Package here. And this is so easy, I can't even really explain it. Let's go ahead and title this thing as Easy as SHI. See, okay.
Let me just tell you something. if Pete the Ninja is saying something is easy on a computer, I mean, you don't know, but I know. It's really easy.
I guess we can't stress that enough. It's just when you go through this, guys, you'll start to laugh to yourself, and your wife will be looking at you saying, honey, why are you laughing? And you're like, because it's so easy. And I have like all these easy buttons all over my house, you know, like the ones you buy in, where are they? Home Depot. That was easy. Where is the easy button? You used to have one too.
Not have one.
Now we don't have anymore because FreedomSoft took it over. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a package here. So what do I want to do? I want to go ahead, let's maybe add a proof of funds letter. I'm going to click on proof of funds, and then I'm going to drag it right over. Actually, I brought the wrong one. Let's go proof of funds. Let's drag that over. I want to get let's do the FAR contract, which is our state contract. Let's go ahead and get that over there. And then the last one is, let's do a purchase and sale addendum. And let's get that one over there. Okay, so now this is my package. If I don't like the order, I just drag and move it around. If I don't like the order, I drag and move it around. So what I want to do is I want to put my proof of funds letter first. I'm going to put my FAR second and my purchase and sale. And then I'm going to go ahead and let's just go ahead and rename this as REO standard offer. And you can have as many of these packages if you want. So if you have certain places that you send in contracts, the REOs are for short sales, they have different wording on it. You can go ahead and set these up. You set them up once and you never have to worry about it again. So let's go ahead and save these changes.
That was easy.
Whoa, he found the button. Let me get that one more time.
That was easy.
Yes, kid. All right. So now notice that REO standard offer is now a package, which you can go ahead and edit that. You can copy it. You can print it blank or delete it. So ladies and gentlemen, we have just gone through almost every single thing.
I like the Ask Us button on the left.
Okay. If you ask, well, okay. You like it, or what do you want
Well,
to do?
I just think it's nice that they can at any time ask us stuff.
Yeah, guys, I mean, you don't realize how much help that our existing users were. Those guys, I mean, they deserve the world because they helped us mold this system to what it is. And it's only going to continue to do that with the help of you guys that are on the line, with all your ideas and different things like that. We welcome all the new feature requests, and it's just really exciting to be involved in that type of a family atmosphere where you know that you're being heard and you know you're being answered. When you go ahead and send something into our support system, which we just hired a brand new team that these guys have been doing this for 15 years, and they're amazing. They're absolutely amazing. We'll get to that a little bit later. So anyway, again, we've gone through the entire test stuff. Let's go ahead and let's get into a lead. Let's look for a lead and let's run it all the way through. All right. So actually, I have one here that is filled out here that we can look at. This is the lead sheet. So once you add a lead into the system, all right, and I can show you how to add the lead. You just go to Seller, Add Lead. Once you add the lead, it's going to bring you to this field. This is really what your file cabinet looks like. Every single thing that you need on this property is going to be on this page for quick reference. You have your street view. I can click on the street view.
This is where the magic happens right here.
This is the page that is it's just so nice because everything is on one page. I've been in some other systems and it just seems like everything is so buried in the application. There's nothing.
It's disjointed. It's all disjointed.
Well, and I think the reason why that is, Preston, is because a lot of these systems were built 4 and 5 and 6 years ago. And so technology has changed so much in the last couple of years that we were able to get on at a very good point, and you can see the differences within this. You can see the east, you can see the size, you can see the room that you have within this, which makes people comfortable. It's kind of like having a really comfortable working environment. We're sitting here in candles right now. Preston's got such a beautiful environment, and he's got candles set up, and that's the same thing is your systems that you're running your business on.
You got to keep it sexy, or else, seriously, if you non-sexiness equals non-sexy results,
which means you're broke. So the whole thing about it is that you want a nice, comfortable place to do your business, and that's what we got here for you. So anyway, let's go back to the lead sheet. You're going to notice that you have the property details. We can get to the comps from here. You're going to have all the attachments that are associated with this property, such as contracts or any lien paperwork or anything from the title company. You can store that information here. Any inspection reports. You can set your tasks from here, and also you're going to do your marketing from here. The other thing I want to show you is that we can have custom fields. So we have some drop downs. Let's say deal type, for instance. I go down to deal type. We have a bunch of different things here that you can pick as far as deal type. If you don't see something that you like in there or something that doesn't fit your business, no problem. Click on the magnifying glass. Go ahead and enter in a brand new custom option and click Save Changes. So what do we want to put in here? Let's put in, let's do free. I don't even know what that means, but let's do free. Hit save changes. Now I can go ahead down to the menu here and my free is in there. So I can set up these custom variables. Next thing I want to show you is if there's multiple owners on title, all you have to do is hit the plus button and then you can go ahead and extra fields will appear. The reason why we did this, guys, is because we didn't want this page to be like the size of Chicago. We only wanted you to be able to see what you had to see. We wanted to utilize all the landscape on this page, and by allowing the system to be smart enough to notice what it is that you needed to ask. One instance of that is if I go down to listed, the system, first of all, we call these training wheels. There's certain sections of the software here where it's going to tell you exactly what to ask. So if you're a beginning investor, don't worry about it. All you do is mouse over that field. It tells you, is this property listed with a realtor? If they say yes, all of a sudden the system notices that that answer is yes and now prompts us for additional information such as agent's name, phone number, email, and list price. You don't have to think anymore. You don't have to think anymore. All right? Guys, everything is right there in front of you. You have your notes section. Another thing down here as far as occupancy. If I click on occupancy and it's a tenant owner, I click on tenant, what does the system tell me to do? What's the current rent for the property? What's the lease expire? What's the living area? It notices where you're at and helps you follow through so you never have to go back to any seller or anybody and ask for additional information because the system tells you what to do. One more spot down here that I want to show you. This is for all the short sale people. Basically, if they ask me if my property is, my payments are current on there. So I'm going to say, are your payments and taxes current? Once they say no, but the system recognizes this is a possible short sale deal. I need to get mortgage information. I need to find the months behind, when the notice of default is set, and the auction company. Let's say that they have multiple mortgage companies and multiple loans. I click on the plus button, and then a whole nother set is going to go ahead and drop down there for me to add as many mortgage companies as possible. Again, we didn't want to load up the landscape with all this information here so the system is intuitive enough to understand. Let's go down a little bit more. Notice you're going to have some more training wheels. This is probably the best line that I've ever memorized in my life. It's made hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. If I can offer you cash and pay all your closing costs, what's the best that you can do? Notice this guy went from $44,000 down to $35,000 and he's still flexible. That's how we negotiate, guys. Nice, simple. We do the same things over and over again. Down on the bottom here we have a communication log. Anything that you do within the system, don't you ever get to a point where you like sent a contract out and you haven't heard anything back and you're like, man, I know I sent a contract out but I just can't remember when the hell I sent it? Well, you don't have to worry about that stuff anymore. Any action that you take within the system is automatically going to be placed in the communication log without you doing a thing. You can view that information, you can email from here. Anywhere where you see links you can usually email from. So the system is going to, again, tell you how to stay on track and give you control for the first time in any of your businesses, I can guarantee it.
Yeah, and not only does it do that, but we also have set up autoresponders to where once you send a contract out, we actually follow up for you. An email goes out, I believe it's once every 30 days or so that I personally wrote that's, hey, I know I sent you that contract. I didn't hear back from you. Just curious if the house is still for sale. It's done for you. We negotiate for you. We follow up for you. We do everything.
And just follow it. Just follow it to a T and you will not have problems. Let's go down to photos. Really easy to go ahead and bring the photos into the system. All you have to do is mouse over those photos and you're going to have beautiful pictures that you can look at so you can really get a good understanding of the shape of the property. So that's all set up all in one easy page. All at your fingertips, all the information that you're ever going to need. So let's just say that this lead came in and we fill out the information. We found out the price, or we actually found out what the owner wanted to do. So from here, what's the next step? Okay, well, let's go ahead and click comps, right? That's the next step. I want to see the comps look like. Notice one other thing, we do have the map that's up here. I use this map all the time. All the time in my negotiations. As soon as I pull up a property, I look at the map and I say to that homeowner or whoever I'm talking to, oh yeah, that's right off of Jackson Street. You know, I bought a lot of properties over there. What that allows them to do is a little golden nugget for you. It allows them to make them feel comfortable that you know exactly what they're talking about, that you know where they live, and that's where you get deals done. All right, so that was just one quick thing I wanted to add up there. Let's go ahead and click on the comps. All right, here's the comps. Notice what you're going to see here is a lot of information. In running comps and doing your due diligence on deals, you want as much information at your fingertips as possible so you can make quick, intelligent decisions with spreads that are going to put money in your bank account and continue to keep your business growing. We want to bring in as much information as possible. First thing you're going to see is the property address, again with the map and street view on every page. You're also going to have the specifics of the property, what it is, the square footage, the last sale date, a FreedomSoft estimate. FreedomSoft estimate just gives you a range. It's just a quick range to get an idea of what the property might be worth. We have the comparison chart down here. Don't be afraid to use these free sites, guys. I go out and use these free sites all the time. If it's not available right away, what it's going to do is going to say check here. You could always go ahead and check here. This is going to bring you right out to that site. And you don't have to go ahead and fill the information. You don't have to fill the address in. It's going to bring you right there. So after I go through the comps that we have here in the system, I always go and check those sites out too, just in case that's missing something, so I can have a full-fledged idea of what's going on with properties that are getting sold. So here I am. I can click on any of those things. All my properties are going to be mapped. Notice the system only is going to bring in things with like a mile and in. So we want to look at all the properties that have sold in the recent months that are as close to our property as possible. When you go on to Zillow and some of those other sites, you're going to go ahead and look at that, and then all of a sudden there's going to be properties all over the place. We pinpoint these. We pay a lot of money for these comps that come into the system that give you a great idea, a real good snapshot of what's happening in that area closest to the subject property, so you can go ahead and make great decisions.
Yeah, a lot of other systems will actually charge you for these comps, but these are not free comps. These are comps that we pay for, and we do not pass that expense on to our users. They're totally free.
Yep, absolutely. So again, the same functionality as instant leads, the same functionality as the cash buyers is the same thing here. Anything that's mapped up in here, I can click on any of these properties and I can immediately see this property sold for $59,000 in September, and then I can click on the street view and I can see what this property looks like. You know how incredible that is? Preston touched on this before about running comps and feeling good about your situation. Do you know that this takes real estate to a completely virtual level? Once you get up, I can start running properties in Memphis. I can start running properties in Nashville. I can go to California. I can do whatever I want because all that information is right there in front of my face. I can see what the comps look like. I can get such a great idea in such a short amount of time now. That's going to help me be more and more efficient. So I do this all the time. I click on all the properties that are right around my property. I want to see what they look like. I want to see when they were sold. I can click on the street view again anytime that I want to go ahead and look at those properties. I must have just clicked on the same one there. Let's close this out. All right. So another thing that I can do, again, you can get the hang of this. You could also go into cash buyers, go back into cash buyers and start to look in those areas and see what are cash sales and see how that can help you identify the wholesale value versus the retail value so you make better decisions. Another thing is here, notice the offer calculator. What I want to do is I want to find either the retail value or the wholesale value. So I'm going to look at my retail comps. So if I click on this one here as far as the select button, it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,700 square feet. I can click select. The offer calculator is now going to go ahead and it's going to give me the average price per square foot on the retail sector because I know that these are retail sales. The 119 is a retail sale, the 107, the 103. So if I have a fully blown retail property, I'm pretty much going to get an average of $50 a square foot. Now notice the difference of the wholesale properties, which you're going to be able to see. Those are the ones that are selling for the 50s and 40s. So I can click over here and all of a sudden now I can see the price per square foot is changing. So if I get a good wholesale deal, I'm looking at about $30 a square foot. I get a good retail deal, I'm up in the 50s and the 60s. This is going to help you identify what you want to go ahead and offer on these properties. Notice it's a $55,000 estimate with those properties. 50% of that is $27,900. Guess what we bought this property for? $29,500. That was us that bought this property. $29,500. That's how we bought it. I started out at 40%, which is $22,320, and ended up going all the way up to $29,500, which is a slam dunk deal. I spent no more than 5 minutes looking at the comps and making my offers. So you can see the power of utilizing this with the information that's in front of you. From here, go ahead, Preston.
Well, I just know when I first started that analyzing a deal was the most difficult thing for me, and especially before I had a mentor. I just just had no idea what houses were worth. And even if I thought I did, I had no idea how much to offer. I had no idea. I just did not know. If I would have had something like this, I mean, it would have made all the difference in the world. We created this specifically for the newer investor that needs help to analyze deals, that needs to know what to offer. It's just, I wish I had this when I first got started.
Oh, I do too. Well, it's kind of close. We actually built it about a year after I came, so I've been kind of lucky. But all your newbies, guys, this is what's going to get you running really, really quick. So here's the comps. Now I know what I want to offer this property is somewhere around this $22,000 to $27,000 area. Let's say it's the same price that we have here, $29,500. I go up to actions now, right? I want to generate a contract from here.
Just 1 second before that, the offer chart there, 30%, 40%, 50%, you need to know what houses are going for in your particular market and niche. And we have so much training within FreedomSoft, so many classes. We have a 6-week advanced training program that we'll tell you about that tells you how to figure that out, how to figure out your market and what things are going for so that you can know, okay, in this particular neighborhood, things are going at 40 cents on the dollar. So you can just, the numbers are right there. You don't have to think about it.
Absolutely. So now that we're at this spot, Preston, we've gone through the property details, we've looked at the comps. What's the next thing that someone's going to want to do?
You tell me. Make a contract? Make an offer?
You want to make an offer, right?
Yeah.
We already talked to the seller. We already looked at the comps. We know what we want to offer. Let's generate a contract. So let's go up to the action tab. Let's generate a contract. And now what it's going to do is going to bring in all the contracts that we have. Remember that little test package that we just did before? You want to fill that one out and show them how that thing works? Or do you want to just fill out a standard one? Let's go ahead and let's look for that test pack. That was an REO standard offer. This wasn't an REO property, but let's go ahead and do an REO standard offer. Let's click on next. What the system's going to do is going to ask you for the buyer or the seller's name. So let's just say it was my name, or let's go down to anybody, James Tootin. All right, click on next. And from here, it's going to ask me the purchase price for my proof of funds letter. So I'm going to say $28,500. FAR bar test. Okay, actually, you know what? I just, my bad, guys. That contract that I just picked, we never had any variables in it because I used the wrong one. So we're just going to use a standard one here. Let's just go ahead and use a purchase and sale when buying a piece of property. Do you understand what I did there, Preston? When I actually loaded that FAR bar contract, when I made the package, that one didn't have any variables in it because I used the other one. All right, let's do sales price here. Let's do $28,500. Let's do the acceptance date. All you do is click on the calendar. Let's just pick any date here. Let's do any date here. Let's do the deposit of $1. And let's do the title company of to be announced. And let's click on next. And that's it, guys. Your contract is completely generated. It takes all the information from your property details page. It populates it in the 2-page contract. And if you had the Florida contract or the other ones that were set up in their variables, it's going to pop up there too. I go to the second page here. I got my acceptance date. I got my closing date. And then I have my e-signature with my date on there. I'm ready to go. It brings in the user's name, who I'm buying the property of. Everything is all set and ready to go. All I got to do is go ahead and name this as Pedro San, click on Save Changes, and email or fax this thing out. So now it's going to bring me into my attachments tab where I'm going to be able to go ahead and use the functionality of faxing and emailing. If it ever says generating, all you want to do is just refresh your computer, and within a few quick seconds it automatically pops in there. If I wanted to fax this contract, I click on fax. I put my fax number in there. I click on send fax and close. If I want to email this contract, I click on email. I find who I want to email it to. I'm going to just email it to myself. Let's do Pete, and Pete sells cheap. Let's click next. Here's a little cover letter. I can go ahead and click inside this editor and change anything that I want. I can go ahead and change the subject line. I can do whatever I want to do. I can send a test copy to myself. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and send the email, and I am done. Now, one thing, remember that property details page? Well, now that I just actually took action, remember that communication log? Well, now it's going to show me that I just generated a contract in purchase and sale. Let's go down here. Emailed Pete Sells Cheap. This is the one we just did right here, all set up. That's going to be in my email. I can click on my email now, and the first thing that we're going to see here is important information from Peter Scores at Real Freedom Properties. We go ahead and view this. Actually, let's go ahead and download that. Let's go ahead and download this right now. And there's our contract, all set up, all ready to go. No faxing.
Oh, that was easy.
No faxing, no scanning, no email signatures, none of that stuff.
You normally have to pay for faxing.
Now, you guys notice that the guys that have Contract Crusher that are on this call, that the actual system brings it to a whole nother level. It doesn't have the power in which we kept in the system. We couldn't give it all for free, but we gave you
everything autofills.
A little spec of it. But this all autofills, guys. Sending out contracts in, getting offers in, analyzing properties, setting up direct mail campaigns, looking through the instant leads, looking through the cash buyer system, setting up your websites, doing your web forms. All these things can happen by the end of the night. Do you realize that that's not available anywhere else? All right, so there was our contracts. We showed you the packages. We showed you all the information. I just lost track of what tab I was on there. All right, let's go back actually into our Cincinnati Drive. All right, so we're back into this contract. We're done, right? We have our communication log. We have everything that's done. All I want to do now is set up a task to follow up with this contract. So I click on task. I'm going to hit add task. I hit title follow up. And need to follow up on contract, and then I want that date. Let's just go put a date out there, pick any date. On the 30th, I need to go ahead and follow up. I hit save and close, and now my task is now in here, and it's going to pop up on my dashboard on that date and tell me that I have to follow up on that offer. You know what I used to have to do, Preston? I used to have to set up, and I remember you used to come in the office and we'd have that huge file cabinet, and every file drawer had a date range from 1 to 30, and I had 4 drawers with all different vanilla folders, and every single time I would get a lead, I'd have to take the paper and I'd put it in a certain date for the follow-up. Do you know how hard that was to keep up with? It was absolutely impossible. I was terrible at following up because I had to do so much work to make that happen. And we don't have to do a lot of work. It makes it a lot easier to get things done. Would you agree?
Yeah. Well, the more complicated something is, the less chance you have of actually doing it.
Yeah, and so that's what people are going to do, is just they freeze up and they don't end up doing it. When something's this easy, you got no damn excuse. So let's set that up. All right, so we've gone through all that stuff. I mean, Preston, we've gone through so much stuff right now. Let's go through the help section. Guys, like I said, we brought in a whole new team to help us with the help section. If you have any questions about how to do anything in the software, let's just click on Managing Websites. We can click on Managing Websites. We have videos that are set up for you that walk you step by step. We have screenshots that show you every single step in what you need to do. This is like following it from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. It's never confusing. It's all laid out there for you. We spent a lot of time building this help site up. So if there's anything that you don't know how to do, which I don't think that's going to happen, but just in case it does, you come click on the help menu, and we have all these different things here for you to go ahead and look into, and there's a whole bunch of different videos there for you also. Let's go back to home. We also have the virtual classroom with resources. Resources are going to set you up. We have a bunch of different ebooks. We have your virtual assistant manual, marketing materials. We have transactional funding. If you guys are looking for funding with your deals, if you're not doing wholesaling and assignment contracts, we have funding all set up for you. Just click on the transactional funding. We had a lot of deals that were done in the last year through our our traditional funding application there. We have trainings and tutorials, all different trainings that you can go ahead and get into to learn. Now, these trainings are not all about the software. It's about the industry. It's about understanding what to do on a daily basis. It's a whole bunch of things to get you started faster than you ever thought were possible. Last thing I want to do is touch on, Preston, here is actually the reports, and then I'm pretty much done here. Let's go on the reports. One of the big things with reports is that you never know where you were with your business. You never knew what marketing was working. You never knew what dollars were working. Preston used to ask me all the time, what's the cost per lead? What's this? What's that? I'm like, I don't know. I'm too busy. I got too many things on my desk. I don't know what I'm doing. Now I have so much more time that I'm able to run my business through the system. And my guys that are out there on the streets that are finding properties, they upload everything into the system. I just go ahead and look at it. I run the reports. I tell them what to offer sometimes, and it's done. It takes me 20, 30 minutes to manage an entire real estate investing business. With these reports, I run these on a weekly basis. Let's just go ahead and pick, let's do seller leads by source. Let's just pick a quick date range here. Let's do this. generate report. And then what's going to tell me here is it's going to tell me where all the leads have come in from. You know, what came in from direct mail, from newspaper, from all these different things at any in particular date range. So it keeps me knowing where my money is being spent efficiently. If I have something that if I'm not getting any responses from some of my marketing, I want to know that on a monthly basis so I'm not putting money down the drain. It doesn't take a lot of money to run this business, especially if you're efficient, and this is definitely something that is easy to use and is going to keep you on top of your business.
It's the first time I've ever had a graph.
Yeah, oh yeah, you gotta love the graphs. So let's go back. Last thing is the community, guys. We have a community section in here, and these are all different types of things that our existing users talk about. There's a whole bunch of different deals. People are sharing stuff. There's thousands of people that are on here, and that's all right at your fingertips to go ahead and rub elbows with a lot of the other users, work on deals, different ideas and stuff like that. So that's there set up for you. Let's go back to the home screen. And I mean, like I said before, when something is set up the way that this is set up, there's not a lot of explanation. It's got every feature that you can imagine to take your business to the next level. And the one important thing to remember here, guys, is within an hour, you're set up and you don't need a manual to run this thing, and you can start changing your life tonight. Preston's got a couple things to add, and that's pretty much all the things that I wanted to tell you about. Obviously, there's some other things that I wasn't able to show you, but I think you got the gist. Looking forward to you guys all coming on to the FreedomSoft family.
Well, the one thing I want to mention is just that, you know, for the sake of this demo, we've kind of had to, you know, go through all these things one by one and just demonstrate what each one does. But what you're going to find out is that once you have the system set up, you're going to be coming into this site right here and seeing, I have this many new leads, I have this many new buyers, I have this many matches. So you're going to start seeing how the system actually starts running this business for you. The way we're going to teach you to have all your websites set up, all your marketing going out, all the leads that are coming in, they're all coming in through your websites, regardless of whether they're going through your direct mail. People are responding through your websites, and those leads are automatically coming in. Responses are automatically coming out. Everything's just automatically happening. So you've got this system. I mean, we've got virtual assistants running our businesses for us right now. So you know, it's just very, very seamless. It's a lead comes in, it's push this button, push this button, push this button. You know.
Hey guys, you know what? I was so excited just getting through this whole thing. I forgot to mention two extremely important aspects of this. One is the outsourcing function. There's so many leads that come into people's system, and they're looking for certain type of deals, and they throw everything else away. Well, a couple years ago, we decided that we weren't going to do that anymore, that we wanted to build relationships with other people that could take these leads, and we could start making money on every single phone call or lead that comes into our system. So what you do is you go to actions. Let's just say that this was a short sale deal and you didn't do short sales. I'm just going to go click outsource lead. I'm going to click outsource lead. I'm going to find, let's say it's a short sale, it's a loan mod, it's a mortgage broker, a realtor, or anything else that you wanted to go ahead and send in there. All you're going to do is click on that, click on the next button. You pick who your short sale guy is. Let's just say it was me again, just for demonstration purposes. And I click on the next button, and what it's going to do is going to take a snapshot of that lead, and it's going to send it directly to your short sale person, to your mortgage broker, to loan mods. We have a nationwide loan mod company that's set up directly in the system. So if you have a loan mod lead, you click outsource loan mod, it goes right to our nationwide company. If the deal closes, you get $500. Same thing with the short sale. Same thing with any of these deals. Let's say you're on the phone with someone that wants full retail value for the property but needs to sell very quickly. Well, if you have a realtor that's in place, boom, you're going to send that right over to the realtor, and you're going to take advantage. That is 100% pure efficiency, and it's set right in here, and it's really easy to do. You just click on the outsource button. All I have to do is send the email out, takes a snapshot, you're all done. One of the last things I want to show you here, again, I cannot believe I forgot this, is the marketing section. The marketing section, once we've actually sent the contract out, now we gotta, let's say we get it back, now we need to go ahead and
This is
market
only
this.
one of the coolest things about the whole thing, where you're just really not going to tell us about it, or you...
I have no idea.
Holding out.
I know. I don't know. I don't know what happened, guys. I just well, let's go through it right now. How about that? Does that work?
All right.
All right. You gonna give me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for it? All right. Let's go. Syndication wizard. Preston's looking at me saying, "What the hell are you talking about, dude? You're talking about syndication wizard and jelly." All right. Syndication wizard. This is gonna go ahead and blast your property out to 15, 16, 20 different sites. It's gonna put it on your buyer site, and it's gonna create a marketing flyer for you. This is so simple. It's really cool to do too. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on syndication wizard. And we've already syndicated this property. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to walk you through actually how this thing is set up and how quick. Most of it is just information that you're going to verify. It takes all the information from the lead sheet and it's going to bring it in here. So you're just going to verify this information. You're going to run right through this quick wizard. All right, so it brings all that information in. I'm going to click next. It's going to bring in any special features. All you have to do is click on anything that makes sense for your property. Then it's going to go ahead and bring in those photos. I didn't upload any of these photos. These photos were uploaded one time, and then what I get to do is I get to choose my main photo. It's going to be on my website, and any other photos that I've brought into the system that I want to include in the listing. I can put the property descriptions in there. Everything is all set to go. Now another new feature to FreedomSoft Reloaded is virtual tours. So a lot of people came back and they said, guys, I have these videos of my properties. I want to be able to upload these onto my marketing sites. Well, now we allow you to do that. You can go ahead and just put your link in there and click next, and now you'll have a video of your property that's uploaded for your buyers, so they're going to get that information much quicker than anybody else out there in the industry. Here's where you're going to go ahead and put your listing title, your property description. Now a couple things down here. We include the Zestimate and the e-appraisal. If you don't want these included in the listing, just check them off. If you want them both included, then put them back on. I would imagine if you have one that was really high and one that was really low and you're trying to sell the property, I'd probably take off the low one and keep the high one. Would you do the same thing, Preston?
I absolutely would. And just a quick tip there on the listing title, don't do something like this. Do something like this. Do something outrageous that will get people's attention. You know what I mean?
Well, I left that there. He yells at us all the time, and I really don't keep big tabs on some of our listing titles, but he is so right. Every single time that he puts one of those crazy listing titles back a couple of years ago.
You gotta get people's attention.
It's incredible how much it works. So think outside the box. Let's get on with this wizard here, and I'll show you how easy it is. So I want to include this in the listing. I'm going to click on next here. We're done in like 2 seconds. Again, this is all confirmation of the listing. You don't have to do anything here. Click on the next button. And it's going to bring us up. Now we want to include this on our websites. If you have a whole bunch of buyer sites, it's going to list all those buyer sites. You want to include it, just click on the checkbox. If you want this to be your primary listing, go ahead and change it. No big deal. We make it all very easy for you to do. You have your social media accounts, which is going to be blasted to. You have your message. This is what you're going to be able to post into some other sites as far as the HTML. We have the third-party syndication that you're going to check all these boxes. I'm going to start syndication. Everything was done within just a few seconds. Click syndication, success, 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 success. Boom! HTML code. One more time.
That was easy.
All right, so let's go down here. We have all these things. We have our code. I'm going to click on finish, and all my properties now have been blasted to all these different places. Craigslist does not allow you to do auto post. So what we do is we give you the HTML code. All you do is click in it, copy it, and set it up there. It takes a second to do. Click on finish. And now your property has been blasted out to all those different people. But we're not done. The reason why we're not done is because we got one more action as far as marketing, and that's to send out an email broadcast. So now people have constant contact. They have all these other email providers. We don't need that anymore. I don't spend 40, 50 bucks a month, 60 bucks a month with constant contact. I just have all my emails that are in here, all my autoresponders that are in here. I'm going to click on email broadcast.
FreedomSoft gets rid of literally thousands of dollars a month in other applications.
Hey, you just don't need them anymore. I mean, we've taken that all and put it in one application, so you don't need that. So here's my email broadcast. I can pick an email template that I have set up. So let's just go ahead and pick one here. Here's another subject line that Preston likes. So we go ahead and change that subject line. I input my property information in there. I hit send broadcast now, and you're done. Okay. What? Oh, as far as
I'm just saying, it's boom. It's going out to 4,000 buyers.
Yeah, it's going in seconds. I don't care if you had 10,000 or 20,000, whatever the case is. It's going out within seconds. This is your email provider. Everything is all set up in here. So I just went through that property, generated contract, went through syndication wizard, sent an email broadcast out. Okay, I'm done, and now it's only like 8:30 in the morning, and now I just go on to the next lead, to the next lead, to the next lead. I mean, that's pretty much all you do, guys. That's all I got for you, man.
Once you get this thing up and running, really your life as a real estate investor consists of waking up in the morning and coming and checking to see how many signed contracts have come in. That's literally what we do. So obviously you can see how phenomenal this thing is. Reloaded has been a huge upgrade. And what I want to do right now, Pete, unless you have something else you want to show them in here, is I just want to kind of talk through a bunch of other stuff that we're going to include with FreedomSoft Reloaded. All right, you know what? Before I get into all this stuff that's going to be coming with FreedomSoft Reloaded, let me just tell you just a few stories. I'm not going to bore you with a million. I actually have a ton of these, but I'll just breeze right through them. Just people who have been using FreedomSoft Reloaded, the results that they've had. I think it's important that you see what other people are doing with this right now. We've got Alex Youngblood, first lead, made $17,500, and I'm going to go relatively quick through all these, if this will actually move. Kevin Hanna, Moore, Oklahoma, made $10,000. Then he made $15,000. He's having a blast with this business. We've got Blake Templeton in Lubbock, Texas. 2 weeks, had $3,500 cash in his hand, paid for FreedomSoft over. Kevin Cook in Morristown, Tennessee, $20,150 in net profit. Boom, he says. I love it. Drew McCready, Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta's blowing up, man. 14 days, he made $4,100. Unbelievable. Nothing like it in the world, he says. There's a copy of his check there, $41.81. We've got Darren Dickey, FreedomSoft Works. I'm not a computer genius. He made over $9,000. Let's see. We got Cindy Tippins, FreedomSoft Saved Me. She had no idea how to do comps till she got into that thing. Eric Stark, in and out of my deals in less than an hour. There's a check there he made with FreedomSoft, down in the bottom left-hand corner there, $21,329. We got Sam Bell, even more than what was promised. Chad Pierce, 3D Property Solutions in Columbus, the best software program I've ever seen, absolutely amazing. Brian Haskins, best program I've ever used. Christopher Billings, this one's worth reading. Brand new to real estate, 2 deals already. I've been using FreedomSoft since January 2010. I was brand new to real estate when I got it. What I love about FreedomSoft is I can't pick just one thing. I love how easy it is to run comps and access the MLS. The direct mail manager is my favorite. It's so simple, he says. I've done 2 deals, one wholesale with $13,000 net profit, and also picked up my first rental property, which is cash flowing me $600 a month, which is pretty amazing. Let me ask you a question. Can you imagine yourself getting a check for $13,000 in the next couple months? Can you imagine yourself with $600 a month positive cash flow? How would that change your life? What would that do for you? Think about it. FreedomSoft Reloaded, all the instant leads, instant FSBO leads, the cash buyer leads, the direct mail campaign manager, worth thousands in and of itself, pre-written direct mail campaigns that I've written for you, all the guerrilla marketing gear, the email marketing system, 30-second internet syndication, the virtual whiteboard, all the lead gen websites, the one-click faxing and emailing, easy short sale outsourcing, easy loan mod outsourcing, where we pay the $500 referral fees just for getting these leads. They're automatically coming in, the e-signature, the contact manager, the one-click Skype calling, which I never even mentioned. You can kind of Skype people, just make phone calls to them. It's right through the leads, right there while you're in the system. All in one easy package to use. FreedomSoft Reloaded, one system, one home, one simple focus. Let me tell you all this stuff that's coming in this thing. FreedomSoft Live 20 DVD intensive MBA program. This is the FreedomSoft Reloaded virtual MBA college crash course delivered straight to your doorstep. MBA standing for Marketing Badass, of course. This is over 30 hours of hardcore advanced business, real estate, financial planning, life training material that perfectly complements your new money machine. After all, you need to know what the heck to do with all this dang money you're about to be getting. This thing has modules on everything from real estate to negotiation to marketing to copywriting to lifestyle management to internet marketing to tax planning to, heck, inspirational speakers from inspirational speeches from speakers who we pay $10,000 for their time. It's everything that colleges should teach you but don't. And this one program alone that is going to be delivered right to your doorstep is worth the price of FreedomSoft itself. Now next we have the 6 weeks to freedom, the 6-week advanced FreedomSoft training program. For the next 6 weeks, Pete the Ninja is going to be holding your hand and walking you through the FreedomSoft system step by step. It's actually overly obvious what to do from the second that you log in, but just to make absolutely sure that you reach FreedomSoft Reloaded Jedi Knight status, we are going to take you deep into the system where no man has gone before and make you an expert by the end of the 6 weeks. Now, the next thing we've got is the mastermind calls. Everyone needs a mastermind. You know it. A circle of like-minded people to run your ideas past, ask questions, share victories, and what have you. Well, we've arranged just such a mastermind for our Platinum FreedomSoft members. Once a week for the next 6 weeks, you will be jumping on a private meeting with us, and you will have the opportunity to ask us whatever the heck you want. We're not leaving you out alone out there stranded, not knowing what to do. Got an issue, problem, whatever, bring it to the family roundtable. We're all here as a community at FreedomSoft to help each other succeed, and we intend to do it. Next thing we got, brand new private monthly Ask a Ninja Day. This is a new thing that we're doing where we'll have monthly training calls hosted by Pete, and you'll be getting these for eternity, basically. Once again, you are not alone. We are here for you every step of the way. Now, the red pill, God's honest truth, this thing alone is worth more than FreedomSoft itself. It is the root of all success, wealth, health, achievement that you will ever experience. To know the things that are contained in this 18-week training series is to be one of the wisest, richest, happiest people in the world. To not know these things is to not be any of those things. It's actually to be the opposite of all those things. The red pill is basically a detailed step-by-step recipe for a life well lived. It's everything you need to know to be successful and then some. Read the Bible, then read the red pill. Boom. 2 tickets to the FreedomSoft 4-day event in San Diego. Ask someone who attended this event this year. That's all I have to say. The best speakers flown in from all over the world. Me and Pete teaching stuff we've never shared in public ever. VIP parties, DJs, models, go-go dancers, magicians, mermaids, clowns on stilts, other stuff I can't even say. It's like, dang, Cirque du Soleil gone real estate. Trust me when I tell you it is an experience worth starting a journal for. Even if you hate journaling, like I do. It's a content-only event worth well over $3,000. It's 4 days. Free unlimited websites and domains. The Platinum Edition of FreedomSoft Reloaded comes with unlimited websites and domains. You do realize these domains cost money each and every year, right? Other systems are going to nickel and dime you for stuff like this. Well, guess what? We're going to pick up the tab for you. Throw websites out there to your heart's content. I could care less. We'll foot the bill. It's your world. We're just living in it, my friend. $5 million in single-family home funding. What is one of the biggest stumbling blocks for new real estate investors, and even old ones? It's money. You have no money to buy houses. Well, now you do. Located within FreedomSoft, there is a link where you can just let us know how much you need, and we'll loan it to you at a very reasonable rate. And if that sounds incredible, it is because it is incredible. It's the miracle money machine, baby. What the heck did you expect? Free upgrades for life. Now, this particular aspect of FreedomSoft, I'm going to be honest, I personally voted against it. But I got partners on this thing, and apparently they love giving money away, so you get free upgrades for life. As a matter of fact, all our current users just got upgraded to FreedomSoft Reloaded just about a month ago. So ask them how much they appreciated it. Here's the breakdown. FreedomSoft Reloaded, Platinum Edition, $49.97 for the FreedomSoft system itself, which obviously is worth it. You can easily agree with that. The 20 DVD intensive MBA program, $19.97. 6 weeks to Freedom, $9.97. 6 weeks of the Mastermind, $9.97. The monthly coaching calls, $2.97. The Red Pill, $9.97, which it has sold for on its own before. 2 tickets to the FreedomSoft event, $29.97. FreedomSoft Reloaded, all the free unlimited websites and domains, $4.97. Direct access to our money that we'll loan you is absolutely priceless. The free upgrades for life, at least $2,000. It's a value of $23,677. You know, do you remember when Apple launched their new 3G iPhone earlier this year? I think it was in April. You couldn't get one if you wanted one. People were sleeping outside of the Mac store in Manhattan. I personally pre-ordered one and still couldn't get the dang thing forever. The unfortunate thing is that we're kind of experiencing a very similar thing right now. There's a lot of people who want FreedomSoft Reloaded that we're not going to be able to give it to. We simply do not want to overload our customer service people and consultants to where they can't give the personalized service that we demand for our FreedomSoft community. Plus, we can only get 800 people into the Platinum event due to limitations with seating at the event. But before I get more into that stuff, check out these fast action bonuses. The first 10 people that get into FreedomSoft FreedomSoft Platinum. You're going to get a private one-day closed-door mastermind at the end of the 4-day event. We did this last year, and it was just absolutely phenomenal. I had everybody over to my house, oceanfront house in San Diego, and we just had fun. We had some catering. We just brainstormed all day long. It was absolutely phenomenal. Had a what do you call it, a round circle. Everybody gets the hot seat. Everybody got in the hot seat and got to tell us what they did and what was working for them and what they needed help with, and it was just absolutely phenomenal. First 10 people that get in, you're going to be there. First 50 people to sign up, you're going to get a private red carpet party at the 4-day event. Absolutely. Last year we did this, man. Bartenders, cocktail waitresses, catering, great music, good, everybody just hanging out, having fun at my personal home out there in San Diego. It was just so much fun. First 50 people are going to get that. First 100 Platinum members that come in are going to get a private breakout session at the 4-day event where we're going to do some high-level internet marketing and copywriting training. And then the first 150 people, Platinum members, are going to get VIP status at the FreedomSoft Live event and all that entails. All this stuff easily worth over $23,000. And I tell you what, we were going to have to raise the price of FreedomSoft from what it was last year. We told you we were going to have to do that. And then especially once we put the direct mail stuff in there, I mean, I'm telling you, there are direct mail companies out there who will give you the lists, the different real estate lists, and they charge $1,500 up front, or up to $3,000 up front, and then a monthly fee of $200 just to get started, and then you have your costs on top of that. This is something that we put into this system to integrate it into FreedomSoft, and we're like, man, what are we going to do? How are we going to keep this reasonable? But we said, screw it. We did it. So $9.97, we're keeping the exact same price as we did last time. You can get started right now for as little as $9.97. Just go to that domain that you see right there on the screen. You can get started for as little as $9.97. The direct mail fulfillment aspect of FreedomSoft is worth 3 times that, and that's just for that. If all you had was a system on your computer where you could have all the lists of all the motivated sellers in the world and pick a list and have mailers automatically go out, is that not worth $9.97? But that's just one aspect of FreedomSoft. You've got all the other stuff as well. Go right now, FreedomSoft Reloaded. Go to the domain right there on the screen. Go right now. We've got some fast action bonuses that I want to tell you about here. Well, actually, these are just bonuses everybody gets. You're going to get my bajillion dollar Rolodex. This is basically a Rolodex of contacts and relationships that I've built over the past 5 years of my real estate and internet marketing businesses, different vendors, different mentors of mine. And then you're going to get the contact information for all of them, bookkeepers, attorneys, just all the people that I use. You just don't bother looking for them. Finding these contacts is very difficult. Enjoy mine. This is absolutely priceless. The next 15 people that order are going to get this particular bonus. Not everybody's going to get this. At the end of the 6-week training that we do with Pete the Ninja, we're going to do an hour internet marketing training session online where we basically train you and equip you to sell our stuff. So by the end of that call, you will be fully equipped and trained to start sending emails and having money start show up in your mailbox. No lie. $3,000 value. Now this right here, pay very close attention to what I'm about to tell you. We have created an outsourcing guide. And what this guide does is it trains a virtual assistant how to run and operate FreedomSoft for you. So what you're going to do after you get FreedomSoft tonight is you are going to take this outsourcing guide and you are going to give it to your virtual assistant and you are going to tell her to start flipping houses for you, give her your login information to FreedomSoft. I swear to you, it is that phenomenal. Okay, we made this for us, and now it's available for you. We're using it with our virtual assistants. Now we're going to be giving it to you. Now, in order for this to work, you need to have an actual virtual assistant. So, good thing for you, we have virtual assistants for you. Now, when we assign virtual assistants to our users, it's normally $1,000 up front, and then you just pay them whatever they make. They all make different amounts: $2 an hour, $5 an hour, whatever the heck it is. But what we're going to do. That $200 value for that outsourcing guide is we're going to give you the virtual assistant for free. And unfortunately, she does not look just like that. But what the heck? Let's just say she does. Free virtual assistant with $1,000. We're going to go ahead and waive that. Then so all you have to do is pay her hourly fee. So I mean, even if you used her for a few hours a week to run your business for you, what the heck? You're all set. It's $1,000 value at least. Here's what we want to do. I want to allow you to test drive FreedomSoft risk-free for the next 14 days. If FreedomSoft is not everything that I said it is, I will not only refund your money, no questions asked, but I'll give you an extra $100 out of my wallet. I'll literally mail it to you or give it to you if I see you in person, just for taking your valuable time to try it. I value your time, okay? And I happen to know that you're not going to refund it. I happen to know that you're not going to return it, because once you get inside this system, you're going to see that it's only about 5,000 times better than I'm actually made it seem in this demo. It is absolutely phenomenal. But hey, if you don't like it, you get your money back. It's absolutely risk-free. And you know what? 14 days is pretty average for what a software company will do for a refund period. But what we're going to do is we're going to actually a little bit more than double that. We're actually going to give you a 30-day risk-free trial. Try FreedomSoft Reloaded risk-free for 30 days. You have absolutely nothing to lose. If you don't like it, you get your money back. Go right now. FreedomSoft Reloaded. Go to that domain that you see on your screen right there. Go right now. The first 15 people get that thing. I don't know. Those could be gone already for all I know. We're going to do a Q&A session here in just a second, but first, take a look and listen to this.
That I would not have to wait on support from outside sources, that I could become financially independent as well as retain my freedom. And FreedomSoft has offered that opportunity, and I feel so blessed.
You know that the results that you're getting are going to make you successful. And this just puts it together so that you are going to be successful.
It's completely worth it, especially whether you're a full-time investor or a part-time investor. This will really cut a lot of your time out and make it a lot easier for you to get to your end result a lot faster.
Well, the system itself is just phenomenal. I've been wholesaling for a number of years. This has really streamlined my business. If you don't have it, you need to get it. It's awesome.
FreedomSoft is going to allow you to bring everything together and do it all in one place. I have already done deals through using this software, and it's just flawless. I believe in it. I'm telling you, this software is going to make you more money. It's going to make people like you better. And you know why? Because you're more organized. You've got your crap together.
FreedomSoft really, I guess, pushed me to the next level. It got me out of my comfort zone. Let's see, 2 deals, 1 wholesale deal with $13,000 in profit. Also picked up my first rental property, which is cash flowing me $600 a month, which is pretty amazing. And I owe it to FreedomSoft.
And I'm thankful for this FreedomSoft program, because it gets me one step closer to my goal of walking away and living a remote life doing virtual wholesale from anywhere out there.
Everything I need in one small software. If you don't have it, you need to get it.
Everything in one package that you don't have to keep flipping to other sites. I mean, just all together, it's like a one-stop shop. If you're a beginner, seasoned investor, any level, it's going to help you no matter what. It's going to streamline anything you do in real estate, wholesale, short sales, or just any facet. You know, it's going to help you just pretty much get on the rocket ship and just take off, you know.
FreedomSoft made it possible. God bless them.
This is life-changing. If you can't do this, I don't know, jump off a cliff or something.
It's the information that you need to take your business to the next level.
An overall system that plugs so many different things and aspects of my business into one software that can do almost everything that I need to do.
I had my doubts, but do it. Do it now. Do it.
It's allowed me to grow my business in a way that I didn't think possible in such a short period of time. Overall, I've done a couple of deals since purchasing the software. I've used it exclusively for all my deals, and I have about 3 more in the pipeline, which I plan on closing on in the next 30 to 45 days. With just a few hours a week, I've been doing this. Bottom line, if you're in this business and in need of a database, FreedomSoft is a must-have. I can't wait for the latest version, and I know you can't either.
You can go into FreedomSoft and I can make an offer within seconds. I can have a contract automatically filled out within seconds with my signature. My first lead that I put into FreedomSoft, I made $17,500. You can talk to a seller, you can get their information, you can make them an offer, and you can fax it within literally minutes, which is great. And using FreedomSoft works great. Very excited about it, and it has really changed the way my business has been set up.
All right, go ahead and go right now. You got the domain right there on the screen. I told you we would answer some questions. We're going to go ahead and do that. We've had some questions coming in tonight, and so I figured I would just go ahead and address some of these. And I'm just going to blaze through them. A lot of them are very yes or no questions, so I'm not going to expound on them if I don't feel like it needs to. First one, are the instant leads and cash buyer leads nationwide? Yes, they are. Are we able to customize the direct mail pieces, autoresponders, etc.? Yes, you are. I wrote all of them. Feel free to rewrite them. Let's see. Are there any restrictions on the types of contracts that we can upload to the Contract Crusher? Not that I know of. Did I hear you right? There is loan mod fulfillment in FreedomSoft. We send you our loan mod leads and you process them. That is absolutely correct. $500 finder fees, or we're going to train you to actually do a little bit more of the legwork, and you can make up to, I think, like $1,500 on those dang things. And those leads are all over the place. We show you how to get the leads too. How do we drive traffic to the buyer and seller websites? I've had websites in the past, but they produce 0 leads. All that training is inside FreedomSoft. There's nothing, no stone will be left unturned. You're going to know from the second you log in, you will hit this button, hit this button, hit this button, take the money to the bank. It's absolutely that simple. Let's see here. What about the economy? We're in a very bad recession. Will this really work right now? This will work especially right now. There is always people buying houses. There are cash buyers all over the place. There's more people selling houses than ever before. It's just there's absolutely no difference between now and the boom. People are making just as much dang money. So here, I want the platinum package. Is there any way to pay in full though with no payments? Yes, there is. Just go through the process and you'll figure that out. Let's see, I just signed up for Platinum. When is the first class in the Rapid Success 6-week training series? I don't have that date in front of me, but you'll get an autoresponder email that'll have the date and all that good stuff. So it's within the next week. Let's see here. I just bought the Platinum package. What are the costs involved with the direct mail fulfillment? Well, the setup and stuff is all taken care of. All you got to do is worry about, like the postcards and the stamps and handling, just all that, the regular stuff. Will this system work in Canada? It absolutely will. We don't have comps in Canada, but you can definitely work in Canada virtually in the United States. You can do this from anywhere. I want to order now, but I can't do it till tomorrow. How long will this be available for sale? I have no idea. We could shut this thing down by tomorrow. Honestly, and I'm not being a salesman there. I'm just saying there's a certain amount of people we're letting in, and then the thing is getting shut down. Let's see, I live in South Dakota. It's a very rural state without much real estate activity. Will this work here? It'll work anywhere. If your town's too small, which generally speaking it isn't, you go to the town next to you. But even beyond that, work virtually with FreedomSoft. You've got the Google Maps. You've got the comps that you can actually see on your computer screen from any state, anywhere. You can work virtually with this thing. So FreedomSoft will work no matter where anywhere in the world. FreedomSoft will work. Let's see here. I want to get this, but I don't have much money left over for marketing expenses. What do you suggest? Well, I suggest you use the marketing stuff that you get for free in FreedomSoft. We've got the buyers. We've got the sellers. We've already paid the money for you, brought all that stuff in, so you're good. Why are you guys doing this? If it's making you so much money, why share with everyone else? Well, we have an abundance mentality. I like sharing and teaching things, and this actually makes me more money, so I'm not ashamed to say that. Let's see, I just got laid off. I need this so bad. It's not even funny. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is the answer. All right, good. Glad to hear it. And let's just take this last one. I just signed up for the Platinum level, and I'm excited to get started. I already have my account and website set up, and your call isn't even over. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You guys, go to the domain right now. Go right now. And you know what? Thank you for having me. God bless you all. I really appreciate it. And I'll just let you take it from here. Thanks.